some respect your way, though, right?
It does. It really does. It totally changes my perception of Gilbert Arenas. The reason I never liked him is because he's a shoot-first point guard. That's like an oxymoron to me. That doesn't make sense. That's not what that's like a run-first quarterback. You're not a quarterback. You're a running back. Hike. Now you're a running back. A shoot-first point guard, it's just eliminating the point guard, and you're the two guard. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So I've always been like, Gilbert Arenas is overrated. His teams are better without him. And I think Washington was a good team this past season without Gilbert Arenas. So that kind of proved me right. But he says right here, this is a great quote. Apparently he got a $111 million deal, but he turned down, and he turned down it was supposed to be 127. He was going to get $127 million. Went for 111. And he says this quote, which is, I mean, this is something that we as regular people have been saying for years, but to hear it come out of a professional athlete's mouth is crazy. He says, quote, "What can I do for my family with $127 million that I can't do with $111 million?"
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He said that to the Washington Post, and that's what we've all been saying forever. Like, you're mad because he's got $105 million, you only have $100? Like, dude, shut up.
The oil people need to take a note.
Yeah.
Come on now, it's
like,
ridiculous.
What can I not buy for my family with $16.3 billion that,
a week.
Yeah, a week. Per gas station I own.
Yeah.
Bastards. But he says, he goes on to say, "I'm basically giving back $16 million. This is in line with what I've been saying the whole time. You see players take max deals and they financially bind their teams. I don't want to be one of those players in 3 years down the road. Your team is strapped and can't do anything about it." That makes sense, man. He's looking into the long-term just wants his team to be better. He also said he wouldn't re-sign unless they re-signed two-time All-Star forward Anton Jameson, which they did. They signed Jameson to a 4-year, $50 million deal. Here's my only question. Now, this is incredibly noble and respectable. I mean, $16 million, you can get some decent guys with $16 million. You can sweeten the deal for a good guy with $16 million. But here's my question. What good's it going to do if Arenas doesn't pass them the ball? It's $16 million. You can buy a 7'2" hunk of crap and put it out there on the floor. It doesn't matter.
He might be taking steps, man.
Yeah,
he might be taking steps.
I don't know.
He might.
I don't think so. That's not his game. He's not a drive, penetrate, dish, set it up for other people kind of guy. He's not a team player. He doesn't. This is like a team player mentality that he's showing here. Like, let's get some better players.
This might be a statement. We won't know till he plays, but maybe he's looking at changing.
Well, maybe he is. Hopefully he is, because it's a gigantic waste of money to spend $16 million extra dollars on another All-Star or something to come in for Arenas to just heave up 30-foot bombs left and right. Hibachi. Okay, yeah, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Right.
He's out there. He's totally out there.
On that note, what kind of All-Star can you get for 16?
Well, you can't, but you can sweeten the deal. You know what I mean? You can give a guy a few extra $1 million a year and get a better player in there, for sure. Just for 16 mil by itself, unless you're signing a dude to a 1-year deal, you're not going to get anybody worth. I mean, let's face it, in the NBA, $60 million isn't that much. Gilbert Arenas is getting $111 million. So, I mean, what's 16? I mean, what into 111? I mean, that's, you're getting like a guy 1/6 the player of Gilbert Arenas. Is that financially? That's what that would mean. That doesn't make sense. Now, I want to show you a guy. I picked up actually, I got it in the mail. What's his name? Here it is, right here. ESPN the magazine. And on the front, there's something that says, The next Pistol Pete. That's all it says. The next Pistol Pete. All right, it's up there in the. Here, I'll show you guys.
That throws up flags with me automatically.
Well, hold on though. It shows up like on the front are some Rays players. The Rays are the biggest story in baseball, obviously. That's all. But right up there, see that right up there? It's just in little bitty. The next Pistol Pete. That's all it says.
The Rays beat the crap out of the Royals today, by the way.
Dude, the Rays are awesome. So I open it up, and I got to read about it. And I open it up, and here's the picture that I find. Right here, I'll put this up. And, yeah, looks like Pistol Pete.
Show goes to Vasalvo.
Looks like Pistol Pete. Not just his hair, his face looks like Pistol Pete. I mean,
it's kind of crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the story on this guy. He's 17 years old. All right, he plays in Spain. His name is Ricky Rubio, and he is being dubbed the next Pistol Pete. Now, he's only 6'3". Pistol Pete was like 6'5", 6'6". Pistol Pete played the 2-guard. This kid plays point guard. But I had to find out for myself because that is, like you said, like I don't like that at all. I mean, that's sacrilege. Pistol Pete is a once in a forever kind of player. So it's hard to dub somebody the next that. You know what I mean? He's not the best player to ever live. MJ was, but he's like the most unique player to ever live. And so to dub another guy the next Pistol Pete, I was like, whoa, I have to read this. So I read about this kid, and there's not much on him because he's been so protected by his parents and by his organizations. They've not granted any interviews with anyone ever. They keep him just totally isolated. He's grown up a pretty normal life, but he's playing on the Spanish national team now. So they can't keep him a secret anymore. He had to have